Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of The Thing Is. So today I have with me Reggie. Ooh. Thank you for coming on today.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
No problem at all.
Way.
So today, obviously, the topic is about relationships, but I want to be a little bit specific. So the thing is, do you think it's possible for a man to lead in a relationship if the woman makes more money than him?
I mean, that's obviously a hot topic.
Yeah.
So I believe so. I think leadership is not financial. It's are you confident with yourself, right? Do you know where you want to go? Because in order to lead anybody, you have to know where you're trying to go. So if you don't have a direction, then no, you can't lead. And it's not about money. It's just you're just not a leader. You don't have any direction.
Yeah.
So, it's not money.
You think so?
Yeah.
But I feel like in some households where perhaps maybe there's been a shift and now the woman is perhaps earning more money than the man, I feel like sometimes it can shift the dynamics of the relationship a bit. Even if he has got vision or whatever, sometimes it's possible for it to be like thrown off a little bit.
Yeah.
So I still believe that there is an element of financial, as much as maybe we don't want to admit, I feel like there's still an element of financial in it. There's got to be that.
It has
thing.
to be, right? But you think about in leadership, if you're a true leader, you're not leading in every sector of the business, right? In relationship, it's a business, so you're not leading in every sector, right? You may be the breadwinner over here, but not over here, right? So you could be the breadwinner financially, but you might not have vision, security, or foresight to think about where do we take this money. You might be making $1 million a year, but you don't know how to use it.
Right.
We could easily be broke, and then if you don't have any money and I don't have any money, and then so who leads what? We just sitting around, just looking at each other, like just staring at each other, like, hey, remember when we had money, right? So yes, you know, if the woman is making the most money, she has the control of what's coming in,
Right.
not necessarily the direction.
So do you feel like it switches then? It can switch. So if the wife is now making more money, then she should be the one to say, this is how we're going to pay the bills.
Well, I mean, that's her kind of her space, right?
You have a joint account. The money goes into the joint account.
But if a man was making money, he would still be asking his wife to pay the bills. So she still would be doing the motherly things, right? That's why I said it's not financial that makes leadership. It's your ego has to be a little bit down because you have to know she was going to control the bills regardless. So if the money's coming in and she's paying the bills, it is what it is, right? But it's not like, it doesn't make you less of a man. It's just saying, hey, she's happened to be making the most of the money.
Is that true though? How does that make a man feel though if the woman is earning more?
It just depends.
Because
it
I feel like it can make a lot of men feel quite insecure. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't talk because I make more money than you.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. But a lot of men do put their identity in money or sports
because
or
they
their
want to
position.
provide, right?
Not always. Someone want to control.
That's also a good point.
So it's not really a provision. It's more like I make the money, I wear the pants, I do this, I do that, and then once that go away, you see a lot of them kind of crash and burn because their identity is now gone.
Right.
So they never knew who they were, so they couldn't even be a leader in the first place. So that's why I don't believe that finances makes you a leader.
Right.
It just exposes who you really are. And if you're a control freak, money's going to show it. Whether you have it, you're super controlling. And if you don't have it, you're going to figure out a way to be manipulative and controlling because you're still using money.
Right.
So money just exposes you, not really gives you power. I mean,
I hear you, I get you. So this topic was actually sent to me by a subscriber of mine.
Nice.
And he actually said to me, he really wanted me to talk about this because there was apparently, I haven't looked at it myself, but there's apparently a debate with Gabrielle Union where she said that it was okay for her to cheat on her ex because she earned more money. What do you think about that?
when
put you on the spot there.
Once I read it, I said that's the problem right there. That's why.
What is the problem?
You're trying to play a man's game that you think this is the game that men are playing, right? So because you feel like you can cheat because you make money, you're saying that men who make money cheat. So that, like, if that's what you view a man, then how will you ever be comfortable and enjoying your relationship if you know that money equates to I can do whatever I want to do. Because now if y'all are both equal, you felt that way. So you automatically think he feels the same way.
Right.
So like, are y'all really happy? Right? So when she said it, I was like, I mean, that's cute.
That's cute.
But you put yourself in a position now where whoever you get with will think of you as
a cheat.
You're a cheater.
Yeah.
Same way you would do any dude who was known for having, right? Nobody's going to say, I want to get married to Nick Cannon. Right? Why not? Because he's known for so why would I even feel secure in that situation, right? So I think when you start playing in the quote unquote stereotype of the man's world, you got to take with what comes with that.
Okay, so let's talk about cheating. Right, a lot of people have said to me that it's usually the woman that initiates divorce, like 80 to 90% of the time. That's the statistic that I've been given, right? And I feel like a lot of the reason for divorce is usually to do with cheating or something like that. So do you feel that a lot of men cheat? Be honest, I know you have a circle of friends.
Yeah.
Would you say that most men cheat?
I think most men are too damn curious at a certain age.
About what though?
I don't know.
This is what I don't understand, because it's like
I have no idea. Because for me, I mean,
he's pleading the fifth.
When I was in high school, I had fun. When I was in college,
right,
I had fun. At 34, there's not really much fun left to do, right?
But what is it that leads a man to want to cheat though? Because I feel like okay, maybe it's interesting to get to know another person, right? So there's some fun element in that. But then what is? I mean, after you've what is that?
Well, when you don't.
Let me just say it. Let me say it for what it is. They're all hoes, right? What's the big deal?
Yeah.
So why are men so?
When you don't know who you are, when you don't know who you are, right? You find your identity in new things.
Okay.
So they're just. I like this person right here for 2 weeks. This is amazing, and the next week it's amazing. They haven't figured out a way to settle within themselves, so they'll never settle with a person. Because why would I if I don't know what settling looks like, and am I giving up a lot of things?
So do you feel like a lot of those issues stem because people maybe come from broken homes, or there's some type of trauma there, or men just like to do that?
I just think people like new things.
Because women cheat too, yeah.
Yes.
Shiny new things.
Yes,
right.
Everybody likes something new, right? You get a new job and it's paying a lot of money. You in there for 90 days. You want a promotion, right?
Right.
So it's the 90-day high. So you think about that. It's like Steve Harvey wrote a book. Say what? Make them wait how many days? 90 days, right? So it's just everybody's looking for something new because they haven't been settled with themselves. So they're looking for the next thing that's going to make them feel like, yeah, this is going to give me status, right? And people have been doing that since we was in high school. Hey, you heard I was with such and such. Hey, you heard I was with such and such. It's always been my identity is wrapped in these things, right? So I don't think it's men who are always cheating. I think it's people. People who aren't settled within themselves are going to try to find something else to identify with.
But old men who have had like years, like in their 60s, 70s, still want to cheat. You tell them you don't know yourself by then?
No, some people won't. Some people won't.
So do you think it's because some people say that men are not naturally made to be with one woman only. They're made to have multiple women. Do you think that's the reason why?
I think there's some truth in that. Right? Because it's natural for us to want to go and connect with somebody else. It's forced for a woman to want to go and connect with somebody else. So I think naturally...
You think it's forced?
I think, yeah. Like you won't wake up and just say, hey, I want 5 dudes. Right? But you'll have a guy who won't be uncomfortable in a room full of women, but you have some women who are comfortable in a room full of men. Because it's not natural. Not saying that they won't do it.
Yeah.
It's just not natural. So I think there is some sense of men aren't made to be with one, but I do think men are made to commit and finish out a job. Like once we say, hey, we're going to go do this, we're going to do it. And once the job is over, we're on to the next job. So if you and your spouse haven't connected on a level where y'all continuously building the next job together. Once he completes the job with you and you become satisfied and he wants to keep going and you're like, well, we already did this already. Well, he's like, I want to do more. I want to take our family higher. And you're like, well, I'm good with where we at. He's on to the next thing. Either you're coming with him or he's going to meet somebody else along the way. You know what I mean? So it's the nature of what we do. Once I kill this one animal, we can't eat off the same animal for the next 20 years. I got to go find the next one and the next one. And if you're not okay with cleaning it up, feeding, and then being ready for the next meal, somebody else is ready for the next meal.
So you feel like there's always something that you should be striving towards as a couple.
Always. That's growth. Like if, you have kids and you're celebrating their next birthday, why can't you do the exact same thing, right? Like you're celebrating all their milestones.
Yeah.
I want to see them crawl. I want to see them walk. I want to see them run and start school. I'm looking forward to the first day. Like you're looking forward to it when it comes to the kids, but you're not looking forward to the bond relationally, right? So it's just, yes, men do have this thing where we don't belong with one person, but if that person is continuously growing, you're going to always see that person differently.
Right.
So it's a different person. But if I'm coming home every day to the same monotony,
the same jollof rice,
the same jollof rice,
yeah.
as good as it is, at some point I want something else, right? And if you can't cook that, I'm going to go find somebody else who can.
Right, I see. Okay. So when people go into relationships or go into marriage, right, some of us women, right, we're missing some things. We're missing some red flags when it comes to being in a relationship with men. And I feel like I don't understand what it is that we're doing wrong. I don't know if you can... I know my question is a little bit broad, but I don't know if you can shed some light. What are some of the main red flags that women should look for when it comes to...
So let me ask you this. What's a red flag?
A red flag
for
is...
you.
For me?
For you.
Okay. We're going to get personal now.
So what's one, red flag?
For me, my love language is time, giving me time, right? So if someone is not giving me the time that I think that I need, that for me is already a red flag. Like this, I feel like this person is not going to be, only going to get worse.
Okay.
So I'm just like, for me, that's a red flag. That might not be a red flag for someone else, but for me, that's a red flag. Like, you're not giving me the time that I know that I'm going to need.
So did you know that before you took the love language test?
No.
Okay. So you were dating before you took this test and had this newfound info, right?
But I feel like some of these things I learned after having been in a relationship for so long. Now I'm like, I know what I do not want and I know what I need because I know myself now. I know what I'm looking for, right? So for me, there's certain red flags that perhaps I'll pick up a lot sooner now than before. I'd probably be like, oh yeah, he's just busy.
Why now? Because you've learned more about yourself.
I've learned a lot more about myself.
So I don't think you're looking for red flags in a man. You got to learn who you are first to even know what you want to communicate that. Because just because he don't spend time with you according to what you think is time, it's not a red flag. That's just you saying, hey, this is what I want. He's not doing it. It's not a red flag. And I think that's where a lot of like the stigmas have came out is saying red flags as if the person is bad. He's not bad. Because spending time for me may be, hey, let's take a ride.
Right.
But you might say, hey, we got to go and spend 2 days secluded off, and that's our spending time. But I'm like, we spent time together. You might not consider that. So it's a communication thing. So I don't think there's a red flag. It's what do you actually want from a man? And then what does he actually want from you?
Right.
Because what if his love language was time? And then yours was acts of service.
Right.
How do y'all make that work?
I don't know.
Exactly. So that's the level of relationships of growing together. You're learning how to be with somebody who likes these things a particular way, and you're learning them. That's a relationship.
So, but do you think it's okay for a woman to then go into a relationship with a man and perhaps your love language is time, his is not necessarily time. Can you still make that relationship work? Is it something you should put the energy into to get him to understand your love language? Or should he just know it? After you've told him, look, my love language is time. I need time from you. But he's not used to that. Is it still worth pursuing? Or am I just going to waste the next 5 years of my life trying to get this guy to give me time?
I mean, would you go to a job and say, hey, I really like this, and they don't give it to you, and you quit?
No.
Okay, why? You're gonna figure out a way to mesh your life with that job.
Yeah.
But you don't give the same grace in relationships when you spend more time in a relationship than you do at work.
Have you
And
talked about relationships before?
I have not.
Man, you're just like knocking it out of the park. I'm like, man, I can't even get this guy. Like, what?
Group chat, our group chat be lit.
Right.
But seriously though, like people look at relationships and say you're supposed to get it right, right? But what if he doesn't? What if she doesn't?
Yeah.
What if I want you to give me affirmation? Because that's my love language. Words of affirmation, right? And if I don't get it, and I'm like, man, you know this is what I like. Should I get mad that you're not doing it?
Right.
No,
So
it's a grow into. Now, if you've given examples and lessons, and hey, this is how I want to see it, and they're not making effort towards it.
Okay, so it's the effort that makes the difference, right?
Yeah.
So if he's willing to try, and then it's worth working on. If he's not, then it's dead, basically.
Because you think about this, right? If you have kids and you're married or relationship, right, and y'all have kids, and you told him this is what you love as a love language, and he's trying, but you like, well, he's not trying good enough. He turns right around and watch you work with our child who's trying but not trying good enough, but you're working with them and being patient and giving grace. I now look at that as you put that child over me. I'm out because this child is taking my place. I have no value here anymore. And nobody ever looks on the man's side and says, why did he actually leave? Well, we left not because of love languages. It's because I was trying. You didn't give me the same grace you gave our kid and your boss.
Okay, so how do you see the line? Do you like the man is the head, and then, or how should it be for the woman? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, should the husband come before the children, or what do you think?
I think in a relationship, people will tell you what their priorities are, and it's phases, it's seasons. This season, I might be all about you. Next one, I might be all about my career, and the next one, I might just be all about everything and trying to juggle it all to where I'm tired. But that's life, right? You may have a season where it's like really rainy and then it's really cold and then it's hot today and cold tomorrow.
Right. So do you think people jump out of relationships too quickly just because they're not happy with the particular season that they're in?
We don't understand relationships. Because think about all of your friends, right? You have a different relationship with all of y'all, with all of your friends.
Yeah.
And y'all connect on one or two things, not everything.
That's very true.
Like some things you like, man, I would never do that ever in life.
Yeah.
But some of it you like, I'm with that.
Yeah.
Why is it so different relationships with the opposite sex, right? It's like, no, we got to connect on all things. All? Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Two people who met 20 years after they were born, right? 20 plus years. Let's say we meet at 34. So that's 34 years that I've been doing this.
Right.
You expect me to just change 34 years of my culture, my experiences
to fit in.
In 2 years? So you wasn't ready to be in a relationship, and I can tell how your friendships are. You're the controller in the friendship, or you don't go to any events. You don't spend any time. It has to be your way, because if you left this person because y'all don't mesh on everything, then you have no real friends.
Ooh, harsh. Ooh. So do you think that perhaps women sometimes are looking for too much? They want too much at the beginning without giving things time?
Way too much. Like, I look at it like a job. I want to go to the job. I don't want to wait my probation time. I want my signing bonus today. I want my 3-year raise today. I want my parking spot today. I want a title that I came in here for today. Like, really? Like, it's not going to work, right? So if I'm dating somebody, dating to me is trying to figure out who they are. You spent 4 years in college. You did 4 years of college, and you were okay with waiting to figure out what came on the other side. And you learned about yourself as you went. You get in a relationship, and you like, nah, I don't have time to wait.
That's really interesting to put it like that, okay? Because I think some people perhaps don't look at dating in the right way. So it is a period of adjustment between the two of you, getting to know each other. But sometimes I feel like 6 months into a relationship, someone will just give up and like, this person's just, I'm not getting what I want. They're not seeing things from my perspective. And so they give up on the relationship early. But do you think it's okay to like wait that amount of time? Because for us women, we have a biological clock, right? Ticking. So no one wants to sit down and wait 4 years for someone to get it together. Do you know what I mean? It's a waste of our time. That's 4 years. I could have maybe found someone else that's willing to give me what I want right now.
Okay. So 5 years, waste of time. 1 year, meet the love of your life. Y'all travel the world for 6 months. Y'all do all these things. You spend time. Then y'all have a kid. Now he got to go Now he clicks into this man mode where I got to make sure my wife and my kid are good. I'm gone now.
Right.
That's a different season. Can you handle him not being as available as he was when it was fun?
This is the thing. I think what you're saying is so key for people to understand, because at the end of the day, and I know a lot of us women, we want a man that can financially provide, we want a man that can do this, that, and the other for us, right? But then that man can't be sitting at home every day. He has to leave the house, he has to leave you, and he has to go out to be able to provide for you. So sometimes we need to let him go for a bit so that he can come back and give us what we need. And I think sometimes us women, we don't allow the space to do that.
No, we're just running off of what ifs. Yeah. What if he leaves and finds somebody else? What if he leaves and does this? What if he goes out and do exactly what he said he was going to do, and you didn't harp and nag on him while he was gone to force him to go and find some peace? What if he went out and you was encouraging and said, hey, I believe in you. Right. I know you're out there doing this for us. I know you hate being away from us. I believe in you. What if he came back home and brought home what he said he was bringing home? So
in your group chat, I'm getting nosy now.
Oh, yeah, it's lit. Our group chat crazy.
So do you guys I'm assuming you share your experiences of things that you've been through. Do you feel like women give men a really hard time when the man is genuinely trying to be the best version he can be for their woman? Because for us women, we don't know. We feel like, I'm not speaking for every woman. Okay, maybe for me. Let's say I'm speaking for me, right? Sometimes you can feel like the man is going out there and he's not being genuine. He's just telling me what I want to hear. But actually, he's going out there and doing something else. What is that? I want to know what's in that group chat. What are you men talking about? Are you actually saying that you want, I want to remain faithful, I want to do the right thing? Maybe your partner's just giving you a hard time?
We're not saying that.
You're not saying that.
We're not saying, oh my God, I want to be faithful to my wife, right?
So what are you saying?
We're laughing at LeBron jokes. We talking about who on the internet lying. We laughing about these little 50-50 conversations. We laughing, we're just joking. We joke all day long on each other. Whoever did something dumb, we'll joke on them. And I think we make jokes because we spend much time in our group messages. And women think we're in the group message talking about something else. That's funny. That's really funny. Now, when one of us mess up, we check that, right? If somebody is down on a job, or just, hey bro, look, I'm going through this. I lost this job, or I lost this deal. We're having these conversations, right? And we're talking about investment stuff. We're not Wall Street guys, but we're saying, hey man, y'all thought about doing, we're having real conversations. But you can only have them conversations, I can only have them convos with dudes who know who they are. So I'm not in a group chat with everybody now.
Okay.
It
has to be specific. Yeah. It's a specific circle. That would make sense. So I'm going to ask you this question, okay? I have actually done a show on this before. But do you feel that men tend to lose more when it comes to getting married than women?
Yes.
Why?
What do we gain? Let me ask you that. What do we gain?
An awesome wife.
Wow. That's it. That's it.
No, okay. So you should gain someone who's going to motivate you, believe in your dreams. You're going to work on things together. You've decided to do life together, right? So when you're down, I'm there to pick you up, and we move forward together. So it's crazy. To make you stronger, right? It's your life partner.
Yeah.
That's what you should.
My mama did the same thing. So what did I actually gain? Getting married, what did I gain?
You got a supportive partner.
I can get that from my friends, my mama, my sisters, my cousins, my fans. What did I gain from getting married?
Ooh, Throwing the question back on me. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean...
And that's when we say there should be a level of gratitude because we chose you.
Woo! I don't know how that comment's going to go down.
I love it. Because think about it. What did I actually gain? But I know what I would lose, though. If I decided to, like, invest my life, not money. I chose to take my life from over here and mesh it with you. We have a house. We have kids. You're supporting me, and I'm building this empire. And then one day you say, this is just not enough. And you leave. What do I leave? Well, what do I lose?
Use the house.
Yeah, house.
Your children.
The kids. So what did I actually gain?
Half your bank account as well, right?
So what did I actually gain?
But you may have got a woman who's been able to help, just kind of project you to go to where you need, because some women are really good like that.
Yes.
So women are helpers,
and
right?
we can quantify that. We can say, you know what? She was here from the beginning. She wrote this business plan out. She take care of the kids and all those things. Kept the house clean and cooked, right? Could I have bought that though?
Ooh, ouch.
Could I have bought that?
Ooh.
And because I know that I could have bought it, but I chose you still. There should be a level of gratitude. Like, this dude really could have just kicked it with his homeboys and made money. Could have slept with some random women and had kids.
No, but isn't there that loving feeling when you come home to your wife and she's there, she's cooked for you?
You know what happens in America?
But you get to tell her my day was like this, that, and that must count for something.
You know what happens I'm in America? When y'all make money, love don't pay bills. So I have to be okay with, you were there to hear me vent and I came home to a great house. Flip it. Question you asked me earlier. If the woman's making the money and she's gone and I'm at the house, we split up. What did I gain? I still lost everything because now you're financially better off than me. You're the mother. You get to keep the crib because you bought the crib. So what did I actually gain? I chose you. I chose you.
But that sounds so brutal because it almost feels like, well, then, like you said, you should just be grateful. Be grateful that you're here.
So here's what's crazy, right? So in the Bible, there's the level of gratification, like being grateful, right? I'm grateful to be alive. I'm great, but it's like when a man says you should be grateful that I chose you, it comes across like, oh, you should be grateful that you.
Yeah.
No, it's, hey, look at your life and say, look at this man who I think is amazing. He can have anything in this world, any woman in this world, but he chose me. Thank you. Not to him, just because your life.
Right.
But when you say that, it's well, you should be grateful for me too. Well, that's why I chose you. Because I'm grateful. I'm grateful you said yes, because I know for a fact you can have any, right? So it's like, don't make me feel less because I'm saying I'm grateful because you can have any dude you wanted. Now you about to turn around on me and then slam me with it and say, I can have any dude I want, right? Well, once again, what did I actually gain from getting married?
So do you feel that every man should have a prenup before he gets married? Do you think that solves the problem?
No, that's stupid.
Why?
That's stupid.
Why is it stupid?
Because I don't believe in plan Bs.
But do you think it's a plan B?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
If I go in this thing, I know what I'm risking, right? That's in anything. I flew to Ghana, right? I knew there was a chance that something can go wrong. I was willing to accept what came with that. As a man, we have a high risk tolerance, right? Like, we're willing to go start a business, fail. We're willing to go into debt and get back out of it. We're willing to go to war. We understand the risk. So if I'm really going to go in here saying, let me do a prenup, I'm already saying, what if this goes wrong? I live by, what if this actually goes right? What if my life look like? What do I gain?
I hear what you're saying, but I'm not gonna agree with you here.
Right, you shouldn't.
I'm not gonna, because I'm seeing it. So I was married before, and I'm going through a separation right now. Okay, so I feel like you have to be able to look at. I mean, let's not be silly here. Things can happen, right? Things outside of our control. You could go through a divorce. That doesn't mean I'm planning at the beginning that there's going to be divorce. But something can happen. Like, I feel like, especially women when they're in relationships, you should be making your own money, because if your husband decides to throw you out, you need a fallback. At least, that's not saying that I'm planning in my head that this is what's going to happen. It's not that. But let's just be smart, okay? Yep. I mean, you don't buy a house and say, I'm not going to take out insurance because I believe in this house. Right. You take out the insurance in case. But that doesn't mean you believe your house is going to burn down.
So
right?
I'm glad you said that. I knew you was going to say it, so I wanted to say this. So that means marriage is not about anything besides business.
The second person that said that.
Because if you're saying, hey, I know something might go wrong, so let me insure this.
Potentially.
So let me insure this. So why are we talking about cheating and loves and stuff like that when you're looking at marriage as, I got to insure this? Well, let me insure it in case I mess up. And she want to leave. Let me insure this in case it doesn't go how I thought it was going to go.
So you're saying you should have a prenup then?
Mm-hmm. I just wanted you to go down your rabbit hole because women have this thing, right? Because if I'd have said, no, man, because if I'd have said yes, so what about love and da-da-da? Well, no, because you're saying we should insure this.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if I come in with this, I want to protect myself.
Yeah.
In case you leave. Or in case it's over with.
Yeah. I mean,
it's business.
I mean, I agree. I'm a woman and I agree. I think prenups are essential. I think not a lot of people think about prenups because they think about love and all the butterflies that they feel in their stomach, so they just jump straight in without thinking that actually, once I'm getting married, this is actually a contract that I'm signing and there are consequences to that thing. So you need to protect yourself.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's only fair if you've come into a relationship with something, you should be able to walk away with that something.
So should you come in a relationship, even if you don't have anything, with a prenup?
Well, if you do, what is not having anything though? What does that mean?
I mean, what are you protecting?
Well, if you don't have anything, then you don't have anything to protect. But I feel like anything that you've jointly made together, you should definitely split. But if I had 4 houses before I got married, then I feel like you should be able to leave with those 4 houses.
If I had this business idea before we got married, if I had this idea, it wasn't making money yet.
Think of that.
It wasn't making money yet. I had this idea of what I wanted to do, and then we got married, and I take it and I do it, and it blows up. I had the idea before you.
Okay. Then now we're talking about percentages then.
No, we're not.
Why?
Because it's a prenup. But I had the idea before you.
But I've helped you build that business.
You didn't help. The idea was already there.
No, but maybe you didn't know the direction. So I've helped you. I've helped contribute. We set up at night and we worked on this project together. So therefore, I've helped you. So it's not 100% yours anymore. You've shared it with me and I've helped you get to where you are.
So 5%.
That's why I said we're talking about percentage. So, I ain't taking 5% though.
Why not?
But then,
why not?
No, I need like.
Because if I had
we could do a 60-40 split maybe.
60-40?
Yes, what?
You are a shark.
No, because we've set up for the past 5 years. We've worked on this thing together.
Here's what's crazy about that. You can't even quantify that. You said the last 4 years. What if I'm working on this idea for 15 years? That's 4 years out of 15 that I had the idea of what I wanted to do, and I wanted for the time to be right. And maybe I had a 15-year plan to pay off my debt or finish school or whatever, and I get with you now. This was part of my 20-year plan. You happened to come in at year 16. So how do you quantify what you actually helped? Because you stayed up a little bit and gave a couple ideas, wrote a couple emails.
Okay. But in something like that, I guess a prenup wouldn't protect something like that, or can it? I don't know.
That's the problem. You start playing in that field. Do you really want to go down that rabbit hole?
Yeah, because I feel like if you're getting into a relationship with someone and we're talking about, well, I have this idea, I want to put it in the prenup. Now, that sounds almost petty.
To you. But this is my baby. If I'm Mark Zuckerberg and I'm thinking about Facebook, this is my baby in college. I meet you. You get half? That's crazy.
Wow.
That is nuts.
60-40?
40%? Man.
What? No, but we have to be taught. You can't be giving someone 5%. I mean, come on.
Hey, 5% of $1 billion is more than what you had when you came in this joint.
Ooh. Yeah, but we've worked on this because we're in a relationship. We've worked on this together. So, I mean, come on.
What you put in?
I put in my time with you. I cried with you when it wasn't working. I picked you up.
Wow.
That's
crazy. So older than my grandma. Ooh. She cried with me too.
Oh.
And told me, baby, it's gonna be all right.
Ooh.
So I gotta give grandma 40% too. Oh. Everybody who cried with me get 40.
Oh, you're hard, man. Like what? No, but
so what's a percentage for crying?
You're harsh, man.
I am.
Damn.
But I just asked a question that most dudes don't want to say it out loud. I'm going to tell you.
No, but this is good. I like what you're saying because you're challenging what I'm thinking and you're actually making me think. Like it's not clear cut as saying, I'm going to take 50% and walk away.
That's crazy. 50% is wild. That's the wildest thing. You ain't going on Shark Tank and giving away 50. So and they got money to actually add value that you can quantify. You know they're giving you money. Right. So you ain't about to give away 50% to them. So I'm gonna give 50% to you because we
married.
Wow.
When you sign on that dotted line, you say, I'm giving you 50% of everything.
So what happens when you the breadwinner and it was your idea and
But you're a man, you can take care of yourself.
And that's what y'all think.
That's why I said it.
That's what y'all think. I'm like, oh no, you're gonna be good.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
So that's the only
jacket.
What's crazy? That's the only time in a messy situation when a woman will respect a man is able to lead and do for self. Oh, you good. You can make it happen. Oh, so now you believe that I can make it happen. But when we was together, you was a little iffy. Like, I don't really know if you really can do this. I don't know if you really can lead us. I don't really know. But when we over with, you have the utmost belief in me now. When that happened?
Ooh, you're hitting hard here, you know. Ooh, okay.
It's a long flight.
So is there any benefit in a man getting married then?
I asked you that. What do I gain?
I'm throwing it back at you.
I asked you, what do I gain?
I couldn't answer you. That's the answer.
I know. The benefit for us is we chose to do this. So it was our decision. We chose this. We know what came with it. We weigh out the pros and cons. You know, she a little snappy every now and then. She feisty, you know, but these are the things that I want in a wife and a mother of my kids, and she checks every box. I'm choosing that with all of the nonsense, right? You choose a business career, you're like, okay, it come with all this, but these things, I chose that career, right? So you think about, we choose, right? We choose. Whether right, wrong, or indifferent to the public, I love you because I love you, and I chose to be with you because I chose to be with you. Now, when you leave, or if you leave, or if this don't work, I've already came to grips with this was a decision that I made early on. It doesn't have to be messy. Don't have to be.
So then why bother getting married then? Why don't you just have a life partner? Is that easier?
Because we get shitted on and we get told that we shacking up and we playing house and we leading women on and we're not committed, we're not manly, a real man to take care of. Well, now we got to go and get married because I'm not those things.
But then isn't that more to do with the woman being insecure? That's why she needs the ring rather than anything else.
And because I choose you, I want to see you happy. So let me do whatever I got to do to make you happy. Because I chose you, so I choose to make sure that your life is great. Even at the demise of me. As long as you're good.
Ooh, making me think now. Wow.
And it's truly, men are, the greatest men are the most selfish men.
Why did you say that?
Because in order to be selfless, you got to be selfish. I can't take care of you if I don't take care of me first. What's the airplane rule? When the mask fall, put who mask on first?
Put your own on.
Me. I'm trying to get, if I try to get yours on and you fighting me and we both pass out. I'm going to take care of me first. I'm going to be straight, and then I'm going to get you. So let me look after me first to make sure that I'm good.
Yeah.
And then I'll come and make sure that you're good. But I can't give you nothing that I don't have. Can't give you nothing that I don't have.
So do you feel like women quit on relationships before they've really, or do you feel like women just don't give men enough chance or enough rope to kind of do what they need to do?
Women don't
We're
give
just
them
demanding too much.
Women don't give themselves enough time.
What do you mean by that?
Biological clock. When's your clock? Over. You don't know.
I got years.
Right. But you might. We don't know. Statistically, it says you at a certain age, but we've seen people who beat that.
Yeah.
When's your career clock over with? When should you have a house? When should you have a family? When should, men don't work like that. We're not, hey, by 18, I better have this. By 25, I better have this. Because if not, a lot of men are failures, and that's the case.
Yeah, but I feel like the fact that women do have biological clocks is a huge thing for them, because no one wants to, I mean, you're not going to, I'm not saying everybody, but some people don't want to be outside of marriage and have a child necessarily.
Facts.
They want to have a child within a marriage. So therefore, they're pushing to find that man so that they can have a child at a good time, especially if you want more than one or two.
Yep.
You need to give yourself some time, right? So by the time I'm like 25, I need to make sure that I found someone.
That's crazy. 25?
I got married at 24.
That's crazy.
I know. Now I'm like, what is wrong with you? You best take that dress off. Like, what?
25.
Too young. I know lots of people don't agree, but I believe it's too young.
25 for me. I was still playing football.
Right.
But go into it saying, hey, look, I want to have kids. You got to be okay with that, though. You have to be okay with that man satisfying the fact that you want to have kids before this age. And then let the rest of it build up according to the plan. But if you're coming in and the one thing you're talking about, harping on and saying, men, they'll all agree in here, men, we think about fixing shit. So if the only thing you're talking about is this, we about to fix that. Especially if I like you. And I choose you, right?
Yeah,
I'm trying to fix that. So for you, would you ever go into a relationship and say, hey, look, I'm this age and I want a kid by the next birthday? Are you okay with that?
No, I personally wouldn't do that.
Why not? Your biological clock is ticking, though.
Yeah, but that might not be the person for you. To have a child with someone, you're tied to them for the rest of your life.
You see how the goalpost continues to just, it just keeps moving. It's like, all right, man, you say that biological clock, let me fix that. Well, not you, because you might not be, okay, well, how do I do that? Well, you got to do your thing. Okay, so I got to do all of this in 12 months. Because your biological clock is next year. So I got to do all of this stuff in 12 months.
But that's why I feel
like that.
No, but that's why I feel like women kind of push men so that they can see that they're the right one. Because we ain't got 5 years to wait for you to see if you're the right one. We don't have that time.
So you're only
so we
seeing,
have to put that pressure on you.
You're only seeing if we're the right one for a period of time.
No,
we're saying, are you the woman to spend the rest of my life with? When I'm 80 years old, can I see myself waking up to you? Y'all are saying, according to the things that I want right now, you should fit this right now.
No, but I feel like we do look at the future as well. So I look at, are you the person that I want to hold my hand when my parents are dead? When we're 80 years old, I want to be with you. We look at all that stuff as well. But we also bear in mind that the fact that we have childbearing years.
And that's the thing that outweighs all of it. So our foresight is, will I spend the rest of my life with you? If I got sick, will you take care of me? You know what I mean? It's not man, she looks great right now. Mm-hmm. Well, that's going to wear off eventually.
Yeah, damn straight,
that shit's going to go away.
It does, yeah.
Right? But we're not looking at that. We're saying, can I be with this woman for the rest of my life? And if I say yes, why? Because she does this. She got a vision. She's a go-getter. I'm a go-getter. I love that. And then we're going to grow together. Not, well, she about to have my kids, and then at 17, then what? Because now you didn't, that's the 90-day high. If I give you a bonus, how long does that bonus money last? Yeah. You want another one.
Yeah, definitely.
So personally, you asked me earlier, I think women cheat more than men, just not physically. Oof. Emotionally, y'all be way over here one week, and the next week y'all over here, and then y'all on the TV and I really want that. You're cheating every single day of the week because you're not looking at your plate. You're looking at everybody else's plate saying, I really want that. Although I'm probably not going to get it, I really want it. Y'all just don't make decisions. Men make decisions. I want that. I'm about to go get that.
No, but I think women are overthinkers as well, natural overthinkers. So we think a lot before we make certain decisions. So we need a lot of reassurance from men sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Before we make that big decision. And so maybe sometimes that's the reason why we perhaps nag or we ask the same question over and over because we're overthinkers.
Because y'all not decision makers.
Ooh.
A storm coming.
Where did I find you?
Look, a storm coming, right? Hey, honey, pack it up. We got to move. Not what time is coming, where are we going? We're getting the hell out of Dodge. We're moving. Y'all want to find out what's next and what about this and
where's the wedding album? We don't want that to get lost, like
right? What happened in the Bible, right? The girl looked back and she froze, stone. Why? Because when you look back, and this is the hardest thing, and this is why I kind of got out the story or whatever. He's holding her hand. She said the message was, "Do not look back." She looks back, froze, right? As a man, now we have to decide: do I hold on to your hand while you're looking in the past and don't move, or do I keep going and leave you behind? That's the hardest thing for a dude. If I chose you, and you never want to let go of the past because you're unsure about the future, but a real leader is saying, "Follow me, and we'll figure it out." And the only time you will admit that we'll figure it out is if we no longer together. We live in a wild time.
Oh, man. Like, we've been speaking for so long, and I'm like, I don't even want to end the conversation because it's so juicy, man. I mean, I've not done a podcast yet, and I've been speechless, but today I am speechless.
Man, that's like a good thing.
You got some nice, a good thing. Like,
okay.
You got some wisdom about you. Is that why you got the grades? Like,
that's what they told me. But no, seriously though, like, so I'll ask you. What's your vision for 5 years with relationships? What's your 5 year? What does it look like?
So I want someone who can be a companion for me, a helpmate. I don't want to get married again, though. I just want someone who is going to be committed to me being a companion, and we do life together, and we build each other up.
Nice. Okay. So what do you want?
What do you mean, what do I want?
What do you want?
I want someone that can give me time.
What do you want as you? Take somebody off the thing. Don't say I want somebody.
For my own self, my own life.
What do you want to do in 5 years?
I want to continue to grow my brand. I want to grow as an influencer. I want to feel fulfilled in the things that I'm doing.
You know what's going to help you grow with a person? Share that. And then that person will say, okay, I can vibe with that. I can work with you on that. And guess what that creates? Companionship. But if you're saying, I want somebody to do this, I don't know how to attach myself to you and harmonize with you if I don't even know what you are or what you want.
That's a very good point.
It's tough. So now I'm spending the next 5 years guessing on what you actually want.
That's why I said, like, I feel like some people are too young to get married because you need to understand what you want. Then you know what you don't need, and you get rid of those people. Yeah, because you have a clear direction now, right?
But you got to go through stuff. You got to fail a couple times.
I ain't got that time.
We got a bunch of time. Like, I'll be 50 in 26 years. That's a long time to be 50. That's a long time. So I'm like, okay, and then 80, and if I'm living to 100, I mean. 40, what is 64 years? So you have time.
Yeah.
You're just operating off somebody else's clock.
Okay.
Whose clock?
I'll accept that. I don't know.
I know.
I don't know.
I'm just being guided by the cosmos.
Just what everybody's
saying. Yeah. And everybody's weird. Everybody's random. Mm-hmm. Everybody's just making up stuff.
Yeah.
You know who I don't listen to? Everybody. I do my own thing. I just I wake up, I do me. Yeah. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, what I learned from it and keep moving. Right?
I think that's really important in all aspects of life, not just relationships. But I think it's important to understand yourself, because for me, for the longest time, it took me a very long time to work out I'm a very quirky person. So I would hold back on my personality for fear of being rejected, because my personality is a little bit different to everybody else. I would hold back. And I'm not going to find the person who matches me if I'm holding on to or trying to hide who I really am. Do you know what I mean? But now I know who I am. I'm like, this is me. You take it or you don't take it. I don't care.
But then it becomes weird if I meet you doing this one thing, and then one day you say, this just me. Well, since when?
Right, exactly.
When you start doing that, right? Now I'm looking at you like, who you been around? Who you been with?
You've changed.
You're real different.
Right.
You know? But it'll take a strong man to say, okay, she's comfortable with me now.
Yeah.
And then grow in that. But if some might say, hey, bro, I'm not with that. I don't want the quirkiness.
Yeah.
I'm too serious.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I'm like very serious.
You're not serious. I don't think you're serious.
I'm very serious.
Nah, I think we've got to say anyway. We'll debate that off camera. No, but I like it. You have been an awesome guest today. I've really enjoyed speaking to you. I'm gonna talk to you some more though. We're gonna film again.
For sure.
Yeah. So
all the way to Ghana.
All the way. Awesome. So thank you very much. Where can people find you anyway if they want to know a bit more about you?
Yeah. So all of my Instagram, social media, everything is Reggie Calhoun Jr. That's everything: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, fan base.
What do you do?
So I actually run a school in Texas. So I run a college for athletes. It's called RPA College. That website is wearerpa.org. To find out more about who we are and what we do. But our focus is athletes and giving them direction in life, not just sports.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
I appreciate it.
So guys, go ahead, check him out. Join his socials and all of that. Very, very wise head on his shoulders. I like that. But that's the end of today's podcast. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't forget to also like, comment, and share this video. Until next time, we are out. Nutitfafa.